Prabhupada.
Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada.
Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Gurudev.
Gurudev. Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
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 Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Nitya Gaura Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol. Nitya Gaura Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
Nitya Gaura Hari Bol. जय जय श्री कांदर के गिरधारी चैतन्य महाप्रभु की सर्वज्ञ लक्ष्मी नरसिंह भगवान की भक्ति शिरोमणि भक्त प्रहलाद महाराज की पतित पावन श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय गौर प्रेमानंद। Hare Krishna. Once again, welcome to all today's session. So today it is the topic Ishwara. So yesterday in the introduction part, we saw 5 elements of Bhagavad Gita, and we'll be discussing on that for this 5 days. And today it is Ishwara. Yeah. So yesterday I told how to accept, or how do we get this knowledge? By having deep prayers, humble prayers to Guru and Krishna. So let us start with prayers. So request everyone to turn on the videos and then fold your hands and recite this Mangalacharna prayers along with me. Okay? Yes. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Mena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin iti namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Namo Vishnupadakshna Preshta Bhutale Srimate Jaya Pataka Swamiti Namine Namacharya Padani Tigrupavadayana Gorgata Damadayana Gragramatharani Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangam Langayate Grimatrapadamaham Mande Shri Gurum Dinataranam Paramanandam Madhavam Shri Chaitanyam Ishwara. So as usual, we'll thank and show gratitude to His divine grace, Abhay Charanaravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, who is the founder Acharya of ISKCON Society. Srila Prabhupada. Okay, today is the topic Ishwara, that is God. So Ishwara, that Sanskrit word Ishwara means the controller. The meaning of Ishwara is controller. Who's the controller? The Supreme Lord. So in today's agenda is, what are the topics we are going to discuss? God. Is He one or many? Everyone have this thought, especially Hindus. At least in Muslim and Christianity, they say, oh, it's only Jehovah or Allah, something like that. But what is the reality? Okay, so what is the reality? So how many gods are there? So who's having the knowledge? Without knowledge, how could you understand who's God? I'll start with a small story to understand this. Once, what happened? There was a program, and one person, a sadhu, was invited to give a class on the Lord, on Supreme God. Who is God? That was the topic. So he came, and many people had gathered. So he asked, the very first question he asked, so do everyone have faith in the Lord? Obviously, everyone said yes. You all have faith, you can raise your hands. Everyone raised their hands. Then he just got down from the stage and started walking out. And all the organizers came, what happened, sir? What happened? And he said, I have come here to develop some faith on the Lord. And everyone have faith in the Lord. What is there to explain? Let me go. And actually, I spent a lot of money on this program. So one thing they requested him and said to everyone that, "Ali Baba, you said you don't have faith." And fine, he came on the stage. Now he asked, "Do everyone have, who all don't have faith, can raise their hand?" And everyone started raising their hand that they don't have faith in the Lord. Once again, he started walking out of the stage. Once again, the organizers came and asked, "My dear sir, what is this? Sadhu, why are you doing like this?" He said, "I've come here to say something about the Lord. And nobody's having any faith in the Lord. What can I speak?" Then they had a plan, different plan. This is not going to happen. Then they had a different plan that one side of the devotee should raise the hand for the having faith, and the other side they shouldn't raise the hand. Okay, fine. Once again, they called, requested him. This time it is perfectly arranged. You can come. And finally he asked, "Okay, now who all have faith on the Lord can raise their hands." So left hand side, everyone raised their hands, and right hand side, everybody would not raise their hands. Once again he came out and said, "What happened now?" No, any of the left hand side were all having the faith on the Lord. They can explain to the people who don't have faith on the Lord. They themselves can do. Why should I need here? And they went away. What is this understanding? That means he himself don't know about the Lord. Who is God? He don't know. How can he give something, a class on God? So this is the understanding. So many who are in a saffron dress, having many, many big these things, they themselves don't know God. Anyhow, in this session, you'll see many things of such kind. So who is the supreme among many gods, and difference between Supreme Lord and other gods or the Devatas? Clear? And many understanding, we have different understandings. Like, for example, we say, see, our normal materialistic understanding, whoever gives something to us, we say that he is God. For this also a small pastime, I'll say, once there was, what I can say, a village. So there was no rain, and everyone were in what I can say, the barren land was there, and no grains to eat, everything. So the whole villagers went to a temple. They requested the Lord, please, please, somehow or other, you provide some food to our families and members. Otherwise, we are going to die. So then finally they came out, and his zamindar was standing out. He asked, "Did God provide anything to you?" They said, "No, nothing God gave." Then he asked, "You ask me now." Then everyone requested this zamindar, "My dear sir, you are the Lord for us. You give us the food." Actually, he had this bore well, a pump set, something. He had the arrangements for the water, and his land was cultivated well. So he had grains. Then he called everyone. He gave the grains. Now he asked everyone, "Who is God?" Everyone accepted. "Yes, my dear sir, you are Lord." Because God did not give anything, but it was you who gave. So they constructed a temple for him, and they started doing worshipping him. Clear? But who gave the grains to the people? It was the Supreme Lord. Because they went and requested the Lord, as Paramatma is sitting in everyone's heart. Clear? So he instructed his zamindar to give the grains to them. But a person who is with knowledge, he'll be able to understand ultimately it is the Lord who is giving us. Others who don't have the knowledge, they think whatever immediately they get through whom, that is, he's the person who is giving it. Clear? And one more understanding also, superstitious we say, or without having complete knowledge. And they say that Hindus, they worship all the trees, all the... Yes, there is truth also in it. Where sometimes without having any knowledge, in knowing anything, blindly believing something and accepting it's God. So this also has another pastime. So once what happened, many villagers, many people were going to the temple. And there was a big queue. So whole family had gone in that group. So one child, a small kid. So he was requesting his mother that he wants to go to the nature call. So they said, "It's in a queue. How could you go? You cannot go." So that child was crying, "I want to go." Okay, fine. What to do? That lady, the mother, she brought the child outside and she made the boy to go there somewhere. The nature call has been there. And then she came out. Then the brother of that mother, he saw, somebody will stamp that nature or stone, whatever it is. So he went, he had put some mud on that. And then his brother, he saw that, okay, even if you put the mud, somebody will stamp on it. So going to a temple, it won't look good. So he brought a small stone, something, and he kept there. And the father was, finally they had this puja saman, everything in their hand. He thought, anyhow, even if there is a stone, They might, somehow or the other, they might stamp or something might happen. Let me have this incense sticks are there. Let me burn and keep it there. So some smoke is coming, nobody will come near. So he just took that this thing incense sticks and he kept there. And they all went for darshan. After having darshan, they come out. They were seeing there was a big crowd circumambulating this place. They hurry up and they came and saw what had happened. So many people, they are seeing this incense sticks. Oh, they thought there is some new god has come out here. So they started taking this turmeric powder and kumkum, everything, putting on that, putting flowers and started circumambulating. What they are circumambulating? The stool of the child. Clear? So many times without having any knowledge, we just start believing many things. See, this is simple stories that gives a huge knowledge to us. How should we lead our life and how to understand God? Okay, now let us go further. So let us verify by definition from the scriptures to know who is God. What does God mean? Who is He? The Vedic literature say God means Bhagavan. Yesterday I explained even the verse where Krishna was saying, it was said, Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. Isn't it? It's not Krishna Uvacha. So Lord means it is Bhagavan. And today we'll be seeing how Krishna is supreme. So the references from the scriptures. Clear. And see, here Parashara Muni, who is the father of Vyasadeva, and he used the definition for God or Bhagavan. He says, Bhag means appearances and Van means the possessor. Bhagavan, the meaning of Bhagavan is, Bhag means the appearances and one a person was possessing it. So Bhagavan means one who possesses 6 appearances in full, unlimitedly. Who's having the 6 appearances complete is known as Bhagavan. And this is a verse where Parashara Muni says, and this is in Vishnu Purana. The reference also you can take here. Ishwarasya samagrasya viryasya vishaya shriyaha jnana vairagyashchaiva sannam bhagaiti yangana. Clear. This verse says, Bhagavan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is thus defined by Parashara Muni as one who is full in 6 appearances, one who has all. What is that 6 appearances? Here it is here. Strength, fame, wealth, knowledge, beauty, and renunciation. Having all this in full is the Supreme Lord. And you can see Krishna is having all the 6 in full. Just you can see in this slides. All powerful. Yes, Krishna is powerful. You can see he killed Kamsa. Let us take, there are so many examples and stories. Let us not go with all. At least take one, you'll be able to understand who's the Supreme, because who's possessing all the 6 powers or the 6 appearances. See, Kamsa Nisudana killed Kamsa, having power of 10,000 elephant effortlessly. He was so powerful, he had 10,000 elephants' power. Just imagine. And actually, there's a story. You know this, when Krishna entered this Mathura, he killed one elephant, Kuvalapida. The name of that elephant was Kuvalapida. And that elephant belongs to Jarasandha. Who is Jarasandha? Jarasandha is the father-in-law of Kamsa. So he was such a very great demon he was. And he had one big elephant by name, Kuvalapida. So that elephant was so great, when it is walking, it will never turn to left or right. It started moving. And anything comes in the middle, it just used to take out from its path and it used to go. That was the power of that elephant. So actually, Jarasandha used to conquer the whole kingdoms, many, many kingdoms by this elephant. So it entered even this place of this Kamsa. Kamsa was so powerful, he subdued this elephant, he arrested this elephant. And seeing this, Jarasandha was very much pleased. Oh, such a powerful person is Kamsa. Then he gave his daughter in marriage to this Kamsa. Such a powerful person was Kamsa, and he was effortlessly killed by Krishna. That is his power. Okay, this is ordinary power. And what to speak of Vrindavana pastimes? See, he lifted Govardhana hill on his left finger for 7 days, effortlessly, famous as Giridhari. His name is Giridhari. Just in his left hand, small finger, he lifted Govardhan for 7 days and 7 nights. We can't even keep our hand above for 7 hours. It paints. And did this for 7 days and 7 nights effortlessly, just to protect his devotees, all the Brajavasis. When Indra was, it is big pastimes. I cannot go in all pastimes. It takes much time. There's a huge rain for 7 days. He just protected everyone by lifting the Govardhan hill. So this is the power of the Supreme Lord. Clear? Yes. And now the most famous. So we say that Lord is famous. You can see only Lord Krishna is the most famous personality even after 5,000 years. See, you can just take this Bhagavad Gita or the pastime of Krishna, which was in Dwaraka or Mathura or Vrindavan, just in Dwapara Yuga, the end of this Dwapara Yuga or the beginning of, you can say, Kali Yuga. Now, almost 5,000 years, and still is so famous. And he has many, and see, he's so famous, whatever he does, it's a glorification. There's a name to the Lord as Makan Choda. What is this? Was stealing the butter. Whatever he does, it's famous. He can, even if he steal, also is being glorified. Lord, whatever he does, it is a pastime. It's a glorification of the Lord. Clear? And there is a temple to the Lord as in Dakor, as Ranachor. He just gave up this battlefield and ran away. For that also they just worship the Lord. And Giridhari, you know that. And Parthasarthi. See, just I'm giving some few examples. Parthasarthi, today, even till today, you just glorify him. Parthasarthi was taken the position of charioteer of Arjuna. See, sometimes we do a lower kind of, any drivers who are sitting here, or you ever glorified that, oh, you are a driver of this person, something like that? No, charioteer is a driver. Whatever the lowest positions he takes also is being glorified. Whatever the great things he has been done is also glorified. It's remembered till today. Clear? Yes. And the most wealthiest. Who's the wealthiest person? Many will say it's Lakshmi Devi, isn't it? See, master of entire creation is known as Brahmanda. You see, Akhilanda Koti Brahmanda Nayaka. Akhilanda Koti, there are Koti, millions and millions of universes. And he's the master, he's the creator of all. So he's the wealthiest, all opulent. And Lakshmi Pati, we say in richness, when we need some opulence or something, we go to Lakshmi Devi. And he is Lakshmi Pati, husband of Lakshmi. What is opulence? See, sometimes, as I was in the very beginning, I told, when we don't have a complete knowledge, we may not be able to understand the Lord. Clear? So here once Lakshmi Devi, this is a pastime just for our reference. So once Lakshmi Devi, she also had a little bit of ego that, oh, I'm great, I'm superior to the Lord. So she said to Lord, my dear Lord, the whole world are behind me. Yes, you are the creator, you are everything, but everyone are very fond of me. Everyone worship me. Then Lord started smiling. And Lakshmi thought, oh, Lord is not completely believing these words. My dear Lord, let me show this. Yes, my dear, this thing. Why can't you show? Yes. And just in a village, there was a person who had passed away. He was a great person, so he has done good to everyone. So many people had gathered, around thousands had been gathered. So then everyone in a sorrow, whole village was in sorrow. And this, the elder son, he was doing all this karyas, what all has to be done. He's holding this pot and he's going, he has shaven his head, all those scene. And this is a scene which is going on, and 4 people are holding that person, and everyone are going. There are thousands of people are just walking to the graveyard. Now Lakshmi shows, my dear Lord, just see my power. And just in 100 meters far, she started, what I can say, a rain of gold coins. From the sky, the gold coins are just coming. And seeing this, the whole people who are in sorrow and everything just left everything and they're running behind to take as much as possible these gold coins. Finally, what happened? This people who are holding the dead body, they kept it down and they also started running. And nobody was there. It was only this son. He saw front and back. Nobody is there. And how much ever they collect, that much is their gold coins now. He kept this thing, the pot, and he started running to collect all the gold coins. The whole, whoever were there, everyone are running behind this gold coins. And Lakshmi is laughing and she's saying, "My dear Lord, see, how everyone are running behind me." And the Lord said, "Yes, my dear Goddess, you are so powerful, and so this thing that everyone are behind you. But one question, why that dead body is not coming? Dead body is still lying. Why that is not coming?" Then Lakshmi Devi says, "My dear Lord, there is no soul in it." Then he asks, "Why?" Then she says, "Because you're not there. Your presence is not there. So soul is not there. Till super soul, the Paramatma is in our heart, we be along with him. Once he comes out of our body, we just follow him. That's it. We cannot be in that body." Understood? So who is the source here? The Supreme Lord is sitting in everyone's heart. Once he is not there, it is waste. It becomes a dead body. Today we are living, it's only by the Lord. He is the wealthiest. Whatever it's been possessed, it's the Supreme Lord. Clear? No value when there is no Lord. This is knowledge. And see, 16,108 palaces for queens. In Dwaraka, he had 16,108 queens, and each queen had a palace. And the palace was so wonderful. And even the workers, who servants of that queen, they had many, many houses, which are small palaces like. So that was the opulence of Lord Krishna. And it was a special bedecked with gold and ruby, diamond, and such kind. And the whole interior work all was done with ivory and gold. In this way it was. And just to say, what to say about the other things, just a toilet or the bathroom, it was so specially constructed. Whoever is inside, they can watch whoever is outside anything. But a person who is outside, he cannot watch inside. So amazing things were there in that palace. So that is the opulence of Krishna, is the wealthiest. Then all wise, all Vedic literature come from him, Apaurusha, not man-made. What do Apaurusha means? Which is free from defects. Take Bhagavad Gita, it is free from defects. So defects means, so he shouldn't be in illusion. Definitely Lord is not in illusion. And he should have complete senses, not imperfect senses. Our senses are imperfect, but Lord's senses are perfect. See, for example, without these specs, I may not be able to see. Some, after there's a wall, after that they cannot see. A person who is in the first floor, he cannot know what is happening in the ground floor or second floor. Clear? But Lord is not like that. His senses are complete. Clear? Yes. And there is committing mistakes. When our senses are not perfect, then obviously we do mistakes. Then cheating tendency. We want to prove that what I have done is right. In this with cheating tendency, these are the 4 defects. This is said in scriptures. So a person who's not having this is Apaurusha, and the Supreme Lord is Apaurusha. Yeah. And each and every knowledge comes from him. The knowledge, it is said, what is Dharma? Dharmam to Sakshat Bhagavat Pranitam. Whatever comes from the Lord is Dharma. It's Vedas. See, Vedic knowledge revealed by Krishna in heart of Brahma, who was the first living entity. It is said in Srimad Bhagavatam. And there it's very clearly said. And Vyasadeva in the Bhagavatam, the very first verse, he starts with Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Vasudeva is the Supreme. It is said, Tene Brahma Hridayadi Kavaye. So this knowledge was revealed in Brahma's heart. The very first word, Janmadasya Tonmayadat. Chartveshu Vignaswarat Tene Brahma Hridayadi Kavaye Mushyanti Yatsurayaha. So wonderful verse. So in the very beginning, it is Janmadasya Yata, anything which is created, the starting Janmadasya, it is from the Supreme Lord. Nothing exists other than the Supreme Lord. Even the knowledge, first the knowledge was imparted into the heart of Brahma, the very first living entity. He just had done meditation for 1,000 years of the demigod's period. And you will be seeing this in the Kala. When the topic comes Kala, then I'll say about the time, then you'll understand all those things. So it was a very long time he had done that tapasya. Then Lord revealed the knowledge in the heart of Brahma. So is ultimate for even through knowledge. And all beautiful, Krishna is known as Shyama Sundara. What is the color of Krishna, you know? Some say blue, some say black. No, it is, we cannot just, this clouds before rain, how the clouds, it will be blackish white. That is the color of Krishna. Shyama Sundara, even today you can see the beauty. And the beauty of the Lord is so much, is Madana Mohana. Madana, Madana just attracts everyone. And Madana has been attracted by Krishna. That is the beauty of Krishna. And you can see in many pastimes, many things. Even the Krishna's, whatever the face he has here in Damodarashtaka, Satyavrata Muni explains this. So when he was stealing this butter and everything, so when Mother Yashoda chastises him, he just pretends as if he's crying and just rubs the eyes. The kajal which he is applied, it just applies to his whole face. And that Satyavrata Muni is just glorifying the beauty of the Lord with that. So whatever he does is always beauty. He cannot be unbeauty. So in this way, beauty it is. And you can see this thing also. What is that? Akilam Madhuram. One song is there, So whatever the Lord does, it is always Madhurati Madhuram, the sweetness in it. So beauty, it is applies to Krishna. Then all renunciation. See the 6 qualities, just I'm giving some examples to you, one pastime, something like that. You can see the whole pastime of Lord Krishna. And to know more, you have to read Bhagavatam or Krishna book is there. You can take a Krishna book and read, you'll be able to understand this. Okay. And you can see this all renunciation. He is the Supreme Lord and he has created the whole universes and he has just given to us. He is not claiming to himself, See, whatever he has created, for example, now you're using this electricity in your house or water. What happens monthly once you get a bill to pay for that because you have utilized. But from time immemorial, he has given the sun and moon. He's not asking anything for that. And now during the corona time, you can see this, how costly is this oxygen to breathe. But there's ample of oxygen. Nothing Lord is charging for that. He is the creator, but he's not charging anything. Okay, let us see the pastime of Krishna. He becomes a charioteer to his devotee Arjuna. He never claims that I am supreme, I cannot take such services. Such a menial servant to be a charioteer. He does take, and you know what is the meaning of charioteer? See, in Mahabharata, you should see there, where first it was Bhishmadev as commander-in-chief. In Duryodhana's side, it was Bhishmadev, then it was Dronacharya, then it was Karna. So when Karna was a commander-in-chief, for the commander-in-chief, there should be a proper Sarathi or charioteer. So Karna did not had. Then Shalya was requested to be the charioteer. He was a great warrior, but he was requested. And he said, okay, I can be a charioteer, but I cannot be a servant, he said. That means I cannot lift the chariot when it is stuck in a mud or something like that, or else I cannot clean the horses, tie the horse. All those things I cannot do. Only thing I can just be a charioteer. They agreed to it. But Krishna used to do everything. He used to massage the horses every day after the battle. He used to clean the chariot. Every service he used to do. Complete renunciant. In the position of chariot, when during the battlefield, there will be so much of sound. And the person who's sitting in the chariot, if he wants to give a message to the charioteer to go to the left side or the right side, he'll just kick him on the left. Then he has to take a left turn. When he kicks on the right, he takes the right turn. That is the position of a chariot. And Krishna took that for his dear devotee. Okay. And then you can see he washed the feet of his friend Sudama. In the Sudama pastime, you can see. So when Sudama came, he was very poverty-stricken Brahmana, but he was his childhood friend. He very lovingly welcomed him, and because he was a Brahmana, he made to sit on his own throne, and he washed his feet. He is renunciant. You cannot compare with the Lord in any appellants or any of the positions. And you can see in this picture, Krishna broke his own vow to save his devotee. So there's a pastime in Mahabharata where Krishna, just after 10 days, when no results were there, Duryodhana comes and chastises Bhishma Dev that what you are a great warrior and you have such. Bhishma Dev was not an ordinary person. Yesterday I said a little bit of. So he's very great warrior, and Duryodhana is saying after 10 days also, that means you're showing some partiality through to this Pandavas. Then hearing this chastisement, he was very frustrated. Finally, he took 5 arrows and he just had divine prayers to that, and he said, all my potency has been invested that tomorrow all the Pandavas will be killed. It's a big pastime. If I keep on saying all those things, I don't know how long it will take. And finally, anyhow, by Krishna's plan, that arrows were taken back. So let me complete also. So what happened there? These 5 arrows. Then finally, Duryodhana said, let me have these 5 arrows. Then Bhishma said, no, let me have. He said, no. Because Duryodhana had a doubt. If somebody might come and ask, and Bhishma might give it. So let me give tomorrow, I'll give morning, so you can kill all the Pandavas. He took for the night, and he was so happy because who has taken the vow? It was Bhishma. So Bhishma, when he takes vow, cannot be broken. It's unbreakable vow it is. So finally, he was very happy on that night. Then this message just started passing all over the places, and everyone were in a sorrow that tomorrow all the Pandavas will be killed. And Krishna also came to know this, and Krishna came, and Pandavas all came near, and Arjuna was taking rest. He came and asked, you got the message? Do you know what Bhishma Dev was taking a vow? He said, yes, I know. What is the vow he has taken? Yesterday, he has said that tomorrow all the 5 Pandavas will be killed. Then Krishna asked Arjuna, how so comfortably you are taking rest that tomorrow that Bhishma Dev has taken the vow that he is going to kill all the Pandavas? And Arjuna says, my dear Lord, the supreme protector, when he is woke up, what is the need that I should be aware of it? I can take rest. You are there to protect me. So have that confidence. When Supreme Lord is with us, what is the fear? So Arjuna's confidence was that. Clear. Next day, now, then what happened before that? Then Krishna said, okay, Arjuna, you go to Duryodhana, he's having the 5 arrows, you get it from him. Then Arjuna asked, how will he give to me? Then he said, he just reminded him, once they were in exile, Duryodhana had promised him that whatever you ask, I'll give you. Actually, on Thursday, Duryodhana had come there in the forest just to insult the Pandavas when they were in exile. And that was the time he came with some ladies, and he was just taking bath in a sarovar. And actually that time it was for the Gandharvas to take bath. Then the Gandharvas came and they said, this is our time to take bath, you have to go out of this. So just to show in front of Pandavas, he says, no, he wants to fight even against this Gandharvas. So very easily they defeated him, and they just arrested in a cage. Then actually it was Yudhishthira, he requests Arjuna, see, to the outer world, Kauravas means it is 105, not only they 5, so or we. So you have to go fight with the Gandharvas and what you can say, save Duryodhana. And finally, Arjuna comes, he fights with Gandharvas and he releases from the jail. Actually, he came there to insult Pandavas, but he himself was insulted. Then he says, so Arjuna, whatever you ask, I'll give you. Then Arjuna says, I don't need now because we are in exile. When time comes, I'll let him. Okay, but Arjuna had forgotten, but Krishna is reminding. He had given the word, no? Now you go and ask. And finally, Arjuna goes to Duryodhana and he says that Bhishma had given some divine arrows to you, 5 arrows. Please let me have that. He says, why should I give you? And he says, he reminds that you are given a word. So just hearing this pastime itself, he becomes very much insulted. No need to say completely also, let me give that arrows. He gives that arrows to him. So in that way, the arrows was collected. But the next day, Bhishma now, his vow will be broken. Bhishma, the name itself suggests that is unbreakable vow. So now his vow has been broken. So now on that day, he wants to show to Krishna or show to the world what is Krishna. He started doing a battle, such a ferociously was doing. So the arrows which was he releasing, it was coming in different directions as a whirlpool, that way it used to come from where it was coming, nobody was knowing that. Finally, one arrow come and struck to Arjuna. So seeing that Krishna he became wild. He took a wheel in that battlefield and he came to attack Bhishma. You can see that in the picture. And finally, Arjuna, he comes and he holds feet of Krishna. Krishna, please don't take the weapon because you are taking a vow that you will not test the weapons. For my sake, you don't please take this. So this is what is Krishna. To protect, that's why he's known as Bhakta Vatsala. To protect his devotees, he is even ready to break his own vow. Clear? Yes. So it's all renunciation. Then, all the appearances found incomplete only in Lord Krishna alone. You can see all this only in Krishna, that is strength, fame, wealth, knowledge, beauty, and renunciation. Okay. Yes. The next topic. Brahma confirms this. So we need the references that who all is accepting it. So now we saw this. Parashara Muni is saying first the exact definition of Bhagavan, who is Lord, and we're all accepting him. Lord Brahma, who is the first living entity, he accepts. In his Brahma Samhita, he says, Ishwara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarvakarana Karanam. Clear? What is this? Ishwara Parama Krishna. What is Ishwara? I explain. The controller. Clear? Yes. Parama Krishna. Parama Ishwara, who is the controller of all the controllers. There are many devatas, many. For example, controller, even a father controls his son. He is also controller. But somebody is there to control him. Then somebody is there to control him. But who is the ultimate controller? There's so many devatas and so many are controlling each and every one, but he is the supreme controller. Ishwara Parama Krishna. And what is his form? Satchit Ananda Vigraha is completely transcendental. Satchit Ananda is complete. It is eternality, and Chit means complete knowledge, and Ananda, it's complete bliss. It is a form of Satchit Ananda, which is a divine form of the Lord. He is not formless. He is with form. So this you can understand through scriptures. If you come attend all the 18 chapters of Bhagavad Gita, you'll be able to see many more things than this. Anadiradir Govinda. He is the beginner. He is the source of all. He is the origin. Anadiradir Govinda. Sarva Karana Karanam. He is the cause of all causes. Anything happens, ultimately somebody should be there for the cause, but he is the cause of all causes. He is the ultimate. And who is glorifying this? Who is accepting this? Brahma confirms it. So it is Krishna. And he just glorifies the abode of the Supreme Lord also. Chintamani prakara sadmashu kalpa riksha laksha vriteshu surabhira vipalayantam lakshmi sahasra shata sambrama sevyamanam govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. Clear? So says it's a place of Chintamani. Chintamani is a touchstone. Just the touchstone, when you touch the touchstone to the iron, it transforms to gold. Chintamani prakara sadmashu. Kalpa vriksha. And that place is filled with kalpa vriksha. And there's surabhi cows. Kalpa vriksha is a desire fulfilling tree. Whatever you ask, it provides you. And surabhi just pours the milk. It's a nectarian. Even the rivers in Lord's abode is with milk. And Lakshmi is Sahasra. Sahasra means thousands of Lakshmis in the Lord's abode. We pray to Lakshmi, even one Lakshmi, if she comes, so we'll get all of those things. But there are millions of Lakshmis in the Lord's abode. Then you can just imagine what is the Lord. Without knowledge, it is difficult for us to understand. Once you take up Bhagavad Gita, you'll be able to understand that. Till then, you don't accept it, or till then, you don't take up the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. So there's no life. You may not understand what is life. What should I do? What is the purpose of human being? Clear? In these days, something we'll learn about this thing also. Then finally, you can see here, Lord Shiva also confirms this. What he says, he's saying this too. This is in Padma Purana. It is saying to Parvati Devi. Aradhananam sarvesham Vishnur aradhanam param. Lord Shiva told the goddess Durga, my dear Devi, all the Vedas recommend worship of demigods. The worship of Lord Vishnu is topmost. See, Vedas speak about karma kandya. So for what purpose, to whom you have to worship? To be healthy, you have to worship sun god. And when you want to have something, knowledge, you have to worship Saraswati. You need power, or you need a good husband or wife or something, you should worship Shiva or Parvati. And you need something, wealth, you need to worship Lakshmi Devi. In this way. So why this has been happening? So actually Parvati asked a question to Shiva, my dear Lord, everyone say that you are supreme. Everyone, even the great rishis, everyone, they come and daily worship you. And they ask for the boon. But always you meditate. Always you keep on meditating. On whom are you meditating? Then that is the word Krishna is saying here. Aradhanam sarvesham Vishnur aradhanam param. So he's meditating on Lord Rama. So that's what Lord Shiva is confirming here. So these are the references for us to accept Krishna as the Supreme. And many will be having questions there. Here it is Vishnu, no, why Krishna? So this, once again, this is all material knowledge. Once we come to spirituality, you can understand how Krishna is source for even Vishnu. So there is, the very beginning starts with Krishna. Krishna's first expansion is Balaram. From Balaram, it is Chaturviha, that is Sankarshana, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, Vasudeva. From the Sankarshana's expansion is Lord Narayana. From Lord Narayana's expansion is once again Chaturviha, that is Sankarshana, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, Vasudeva. From the second Sankarshana, the expansion is Mahavishnu. From Mahavishnu, it is Garbhodayaksha Vishnu and Shirodayaksha Vishnu. See, these are all given in Srimad Bhagavatam. I'm not just whimsically saying something. That's why I'm giving the references for you to understand this. So what is scripture speak? What the scripture says? What is truth? Not that whimsically, whatever we think and just going our life in that way. Clear? And you can see Srimad Bhagavatam also says this. I don't take that. Missed out, I think. Okay. There's one more reference from Srimad Bhagavatam also, where Bhagavatam says this, Ete chamsa kalapamsa Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. So there are many Inka. This, what I can say, Sukadeva Goswami says that. After saying 22 avatars, there's innumerable avatars of the Lord. How much can anyone explain? So 22 avatars he says, and finally he says, Ete chamsa kalapamsa Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. So long I have said all the incarnations. In that Krishna is also is there. Now I'm saying Krishna is the source of all. And Krishna is Bhagavan Swayam. He is the Supreme Lord. He is the source for all. Clear? Okay, now you can see Lord Shiva is also accepting. And you can see now here, Arjuna is accepting this. In Bhagavad Gita, in the 10th chapter, you can see this verse. Param Brahma, Param Dhama, Pavitram Paramam Bhavan, Purusham Shashwatam Divyam, Adideva Majam Vibhum, Ahastvam Rishaya Sarve, Vedarshir Naradastata, Asato Devalo Vyasa, Swayam Chaiva, Pravishime. So Arjuna is completely accepting. And see, first he's saying Parabrahma. You know, Brahman and Parabrahman. And you are Parabrahman. Paramdhama. Your abode is the supreme abode. Goloka Vrindavana, which you can see behind me. Goloka chant. He is the supreme. And Pavitram. Paramam Bhavan. You are the supreme in all. And you are the complete pure. You can see this. Arjuna said, you are the supreme personality of God, the ultimate abode, the purest, the absolute truth. You are the eternal, transcendental, original person, the unborn, the greatest. Adi Devam Ajam Vibhum. You are the Lord of all lords. And finally, he says, my dear Lord, it's not that only me saying this. Even the great rishis. Ahastum Rishaya Sarve. Even the great rishis are accepting. Great transcendentalists are accepting that you are the supreme. Devarshis. Who are that great transcendentalist or the rishis? Devarshir Naradas Tata Asito Vyasalo Devalo Vyasa. So it is Devarshi Narada. It is Asita, Devala, Vyasa. Everyone are accepting that you are the Supreme Lord. And today, you yourself are claiming it. Swayam Chaiva Bravishime. Okay. All the great sages such as Narada, Asita, Devala, and Vyasa confirm this truth about you. And now you yourself are declaring it to me. So even Arjuna, a great charioteer, a great personality, even he is accepting that Krishna is the supreme. And this is what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. That's what Arjuna is claiming. Now you yourself are claiming that, or you are saying the truth, absolute truth, that you are the supreme. That's why it is in only Bhagavad Gita is the rarest knowledge. Anywhere in the other scriptures you cannot find that, where Krishna, he himself is claiming. So other scriptures say that in a different way, very indirect way. Who is the Lord? But only in Bhagavad Gita, you can find the 7th chapter, Krishna says that's a Bhakti Yoga chapter from 7th to 12th. Here he is saying, Matta parataram nanyat kinchidasti dhananjaya mai sarvam idam proktam sutre maniganaiva. Matta parataram nanyat. Arjuna, I am the source of all. Kinchidasti dhananjaya mai sarvam idam. And he is giving an example also to understand this. What is that? He is giving the example of a pearl. You can see pearl garland. How is it standing? It is standing on the thread. And thread has been inserted with this pearls. Everyone can see the pearls, but not the thread. And that thread is Krishna. We can see the creation. You can see many planets. You can see the universes. You can see many things. But who is holding it? It's Lord Krishna. Clear? That is what he's saying here. O conqueror of wealth, there is no truth superior to me. Everything rests upon me as pearls are strung on a thread. Clear? Yes. And next he says, Aham sarvasya prabho matta sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhavas samanvitaha. Clear? Aham sarvasya prabho. See, I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Everything emanates from me. The wise who perfectly know this engage in my devotional service and worship me with all their hearts. Till then we don't have the knowledge. What can we do? Once we don't have this Bhagavad Gita in our life, we don't know what is human purpose of this human life. Whom should we worship? Who is God? No. Once you take up this Bhagavad Gita, you'll understand, yes, it is the Krishna who is the Supreme Lord. Then not only that, you'll be able to understand even the other Devatas also. What is the position of all the other devatas? Clear. And now you can see here, Puranas also confirm this. So many Puranas. So there's a pastime here. So I hope you all know this. Tirupati Balaji's pastime. So once this, during the beginning of the creations, in Naimisharanya, in the forest in Naimisharanya, there were thousands and thousands of sadhus has gathered and they were doing yajna. And that yajna, how is the final? This thing has to be given to the Lord. So there, Narada Muni comes. He just want to do this thing, conversation between the Saptarishis. All the Saptarishis, everyone had gathered there. So here is asking to the Saptarishis among the conversation, who's the supreme? Who's the God? See, we are so fortunate to know who's God, but even the great rishis, they were not, even the Saptarishis, they were not known. And they said, it is Brahma, Shiva, Vishnu, it can be anyone. Then how can three gods can be? It should be only one. No? Yes. Then finally, Bhrigu Muni was the head of all of them. He came forward. And then Narada Muni says, yes, you can go and examine all the three and you can find who is the Lord, who is the supreme among them. Then Bhrigu Muni examines Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva. He goes to first to Brahmaloka. Actually, he is the son of Brahma, but still he goes there. And actually, he's a Brahmana, so he has to be respected. But Brahma, he was just immersed in the song of Saraswati Devi. He did not respect. And he just offended him to the mental. To his mind, he offended Brahma. And Brahma was angry. So he cursed him also, that in this yuga, this kalpa, you will not have any worship. So that's why we don't worship Brahma. Then he came to Kailas. He saw that Parvati and Shiva, they both were dancing. And Shiva was dancing. He did not even see this Bhrigu Muni. And finally he saw Bhrigu Muni. But he's a Brahmana and he has not respected and not deal properly. So he cursed him. Actually, he offends Shiva, no? You just want to test whether they're having this anger or no. Then he came to embrace this Bhrigu Muni. He just chastised him. You're a Smashanvasi. You be in graveyard, applying this ash on your body, and you're unclean. You're coming to touch me this way. Actually, both are brothers. But then finally, Shiva became very much angry. And he saw that he is getting angry, so he cannot be supreme. He cursed him also. That because you don't know how to deal with a Brahmana. So this kalpa, this thing, you shouldn't be worshipped with your form. Only there should be a linga puja. Only a linga form has to be worshipped. Then finally he comes to Vaikuntha. And he comes, what he does there? He at once see this manasa vacha karmana. There he offends Brahma through his mental, and then through his verbally offends Shiva. And here with activities is offending Lord. He at once comes and Lord is in his yoga nidra. He comes and just kicks on his chest. And Lord at once he wakes up and says, Aryam, my dear Bhrigu Muni, a great Brahmana. Sorry, I did not see you. I did not respect you. He made him to sit and started washing his lotus feet. So then Bhrigu Muni claims that there's a big pastime. I'm not just completely saying this. And Lakshmi Devi, who is sitting in the heart of Vishnu, she goes away because somebody is coming and offending me and you are respecting him. He went away. Actually, Bhrigu Muni had a jnana eye in his leg. He just removed that. So it's a big pastime. Then finally, Bhrigu Muni comes and he accepts that Lord Vishnu is supreme. When something has been agitated, we get angry. Person who is in Sattva, who doesn't get angry, is supreme, So there's a small, just to know who is supreme or who sustains without any changes, he is supreme. So once a king had a pure diamond. Once there was this diamond stones, it is very costly. But you can see other diamond stones also, which you get for 10 rupees, 20 rupees, all stones. The similarity will be the same. This and that will be same as it. Oh, this real diamond was mixed in other diamonds, duplicate diamonds. So king was not able to recognize which is original now. Then he calls many people from the kingdom. Everyone were examining, and nobody were able to examine which is the original one. Then one person came, my dear Lord, I can help you. And that person not had eyes. There's so many great personality coming with many instruments and doing this, and they were all not able to find. And this person without eyesight, without even having eyes, how could you find this? The whole kingdom is astonished to see, surprised. How can a blind person can recognize which is a right diamond? Then he said, "Give me just 1 hour time, I'll tell you." Okay, fine. So they gave the bag of diamonds. He went outside. He just opened in an open field on a table. He just poured all the diamonds, and he was sitting there. And everyone are just waiting. Why? Why is he sitting there? How could you just by sitting for 1 hour? How will you make it? Then finally he goes. He touches all the thing. He touches the real diamond, and takes out, and he says, "My dear king, this is the real diamond." Everyone is surprised. How could you find this? He says, "Only real diamond sustains." Because the scorching heat during the afternoon for 1 hour, keeping it in outside, all the other stones have become hot. But it was only diamond which was still cool. He says, "This is the real diamond." Clear? The reality. So when in our life also, there are many kind of problems and challenges and many things, who never agitates, he is a real person. Where others, they can pretend as if I'm a sadhu, I'm very soft and that thing. Somebody comes and chastises, we show our reality. At once the anger comes out of us. Clear? Yes, that's what Bhrigu is examining. Three lords. Finally, he accepts that Vishnu is the supreme. Clear? Then, so what about others now? We accept Krishna as a supreme. So who are the other devatas like Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, Durga, Vinayaka? And now, she said that 33 crore devatas, 330 million Devi devatas. Who are they now? You can see what Krishna is saying. I am the source of the devatas and sages. Name vidu suragana prabhavam na mahashyaha aham adir hi devanam maharshinam cha sarvashaha. Neither the host of demigods nor the great sages know my origin or appearances. Nobody can know who's the Supreme Lord. Even the great rishis and the great demigods, devatas, they cannot. For in every respect, I am the source of the demigods and sages. I am the source for everything. And even they cannot understand who is the Supreme Lord. That's what Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita. Clear? And actually, it is we who are fortunate. And don't think that yesterday also said the same thing. We are only fortunate souls are qualified to hear Bhagavad Gita, not everyone. Even you give to them, they start reading by themselves and they may not understand. What is this? Some verses are there, some Arjuna is speaking, somebody is speaking. In this way, they just give up. They cannot understand the source or the real meaning, essence of Bhagavad Gita. Only fortunate souls, where Krishna is blessing them, only such kind of living entities can come across this. Clear? And finally, you can see here Krishna and Devatas. Actually, to run an institute, to run a company, you need many departments. Like here, electricity, construction, power, water, defense, home, wine, wind, education, HR, then mental health, grievances, finances. The same way, Krishna also runs a universe. And he also needs many departments. For example, like electricity, uses Surya. Clear? Yes. Brahma for construction, to filling the universe. It is Brahma, Agni, Varuna, Kartikeya, Durga Devi, Vayu, Saraswati, Yamaraj, Chandra, Ganesha, Kubera. 33 crore devatas are being engaged in the service of Lord to take care of this universe. And Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. The whole scriptures, Puranas, Vedas, great personalities, and the lords, everyone accept Krishna is the supreme. There's no doubt in it. It's only that when we have a purity within us, we'll be able to understand this and accept. That's why from yesterday I was requesting everyone to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. By chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, we purify our heart. When heart gets purified, we'll be able to take the real knowledge. Without purification, it's difficult by having a contaminated intelligence. For example, my hand is with grease, oil or grease. Whatever I touch, it becomes grease or oily, isn't it? First of all, I have my contaminated intelligence, brain. So through that, whatever I try to understand, it will be contaminated. Till then, I don't take up chanting. Till then, I don't become a devotee. That's what Krishna says. Bhaktyamam abhijanati yavanyasmi tattvata. Only my devotee are qualified to understand the absolute truth. Till then, we don't take up Hare Krishna Mahamantra. We are not qualified to understand who is the Supreme. Once again, you will be in the same illusion and dilemma that there are many gods. Who is God? That there's so many things. Till then, you don't take up the process, or till then, you don't come and surrender to the Lord and accept or purify ourselves. We may not be able to know who is God. And where is the next step? Clear? Always the whole life goes on with this illusion and dilemma, and just to know who is God. And we go to many other devatas also for many our needs. But who is the Supreme? It is Krishna. It is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay? Yes. So I request everyone to chant. And there is a sadhana report also in the feedback. Please fill that how many rounds you're chanting. You can just take that. Okay? So now let us end by chanting once Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So this is scriptures, the references to you. Iti Shodashika Nam Kali. See Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Iti Shodashika Nam Kali Kalmashanashanam Nataro Paratropaya Sarva Vedeshu Drishyati. This is said in Kalisantana Upanishad. And this has been said by Lord Brahma to Narada Muni. Actually, Narada Muni goes and questions Lord Brahma. So see, in this Sakti Yuga, Treta Yuga, they're all intelligent people. Somehow they'll understand what is the process for liberation. Ultimately, they perfect their life. But what about this Kali Yuga products? There are Mandas Mandamati. See, those days, just reading once they were able to remember. Nowadays, what is happening? See, this Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, Vyasa Muni has written so many things. But now, you read one page. By the time you turn this page, you forget everything. That is our capacity. So Narada Muni is requesting Brahma. So how will they protect themselves? Then Brahma says, Harer Nama, Harer Nama, Harer Nama, Iva Kevalam Kalau Nasteva, 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 Gatiranyata. In this Kali Yuga, it's only Harinama. Chant the holy names of the Supreme Lord. There is no other way. Nasteva, Nasteva, Gatiranyata. There is no other Gati, there is no other way. No other alternative. And he just said blindly, Harinam. Now Narada Muni is asking, you said Harinam. There are millions of Harinams. Which should they chant? Please suggest. Then Lord Brahma says this Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And finally he says, Iti Shodashika Nam. This 16 syllabus Mahamantra is their Nam. Kali Kalmashanashanam. Yes, for other yugas it is different mantras. But especially for this Kali Yuga, it is only Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Kali Kalmashanashanam. Kalmasha, contamination. Nashanam. It has been removed by this mantra. Nataro padatropaya. There is no other alternative. There is no other way. Sarva Vedeshu Drishyati. Even if you search all the Vedas, you cannot find a better mantra than this for this particular Kali Yuga. Clear? Who's saying this? Lord Brahma. And you can find this in Kalisantana Upanishad. There's a references for this. Clear? So why I'm giving these references and all those things? Because you should know that it is not me who's saying this. You should have the confidence and conviction that the scriptures, ultimate source is saying this. Yesterday only we came to know that, isn't it? So it is ultimately, it is Krishna who's saying. Clear? Yes. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Now this Lakshmi Narasimhadev, Gandharika Giridhari, ISKCON HPR layout. And now, if anyone is having any questions, you can raise your hand. Meanwhile, any announcements also, let us try to know. Chandrasekhar Prabhu?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Thank
Yes.
you, Prabhu. So there will be feedback link shared, Prabhu. So every day. So shall I quickly walk through the?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes.
Let me share my screen. Yeah. So as you can see, all of you, in the WhatsApp group, you will get a link called this feedback, the feedback question or Japa count and all. So once you click this link, if you have received this, if you are not able to see this as clickable, you can save the contact number of Pramod Kumar Prabhu. Then it will be in blue. Then you,
Many were asking that questions. So whoever is sending the link for the session and for the feedback, you have to save their name so that the link turns to blue.
yeah.
Yes, Prabhu.
Once you click that, form will be opened like this. So it will have a field for name. So you need to enter your name. Enter the name, same name all the days. Like don't change the spelling, or sometime don't put only the first name. Don't remove the second name. So whatever you want as a display name, it should be there. And you put your WhatsApp number as well, like I have put here. And then the number of japa you are doing daily, you need to mention that. So if you are doing one japa, one mala, so that's 108 times. If you are doing once, then you can put. If you are doing it twice, you can put 2, like that. And then if you have any questions regarding the session, you can ask. Like for example, I'm just put a question here, like what is soul? If you do not have any question, it's okay. You can leave it blank. And again, feedback regarding the today's session, like how did you feel about the session today? So like very informative, or if you have realized anything, you can mention here, or if you have any suggestion how we can improve on this, you can also mention that. So once you enter all this information, you can submit. The question and the feedback is not mandatory, but the other things are mandatory, like japa first.
Japa, yes, japa is mandatory.
Mandatory.
Without japa, there's no use in attending these classes. Because first point, I'm not qualified. How will I understand this? What is the use in hearing it also? I should purify myself. Then if I hear, definitely I'll be able to understand. Clear? Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah, just submit this and that's it.
Fine.
Okay.
Thank you, Prabhu. Now, any questions? So I given the option to unmute. No need to raise your hand also. If you have any questions, you can unmute yourself and you can ask the question. And
Namaste, Swamiji.
Namaste, Hare Krishna.
I am from Yeshwanthpur, Bangalore.
Yes, Sarvana.
I have a doubt. Just now I posted on
Chat box. Yes.
doubt also. It is said that ahimsa paramo dharmaha, and I want to know who said, where, when, whom, like that, Swamiji. Thank you.
So where, when? Then I should search for the scriptures. Where is the reference? Ahimsa par dharmaha. So many such kind of words come from many unauthorized persons also and authorized persons also. So who is the authorized person? Who is a guru? Who is a spiritual master? How can he become a spiritual master? See, there should be some qualifications. To become a spiritual master, first he should become a disciple. Isn't it? And he should be the servant of his spiritual master. He should take the instructions from his spiritual master. He has to serve him and he should be completely under him. He should be something like a slave. Then that empowerment of that spiritual master comes to this person. Then this disciple has been qualified to be a spiritual master. That's what Krishna says. Evam parampara paptam. It should be come from parampara. Not that everyone can say everything. Till then, you're not surrendered to a spiritual master. You cannot speak whatever you want. It cannot be authorized also. Clear? So, yes. Ahimsa is paradharma. It is dharma, it is said. Yes. But here, Bhagavad Gita, what it says? What is you mean by ahimsa? The main thing is to be understood. Ahimsa or himsa, what is it? And what is dharma? Dharmam to sakshat bhagavat pranitam. Just follow the instructions of Krishna, that is dharma. In that process, whatever you do, it becomes dharma. And sometimes, for example, there is a proverb in Kannada also. So for doing a marriage, even you say a lie, it's considered a truth. Why is that? How come? So then what is the meaning of truth? So it is based on the purpose that you are utilizing that word. Just to save a person, to see somebody to be in a good this thing, even if you say a lie, it is considered as a truth. So what is ahimsa and what is himsa, you should understand. So protecting dharma, for that purpose, himsa or ahimsa becomes ahimsa only. So protecting dharma is the main purpose. And what is that dharma? Dharma is the instructions of the Lord. Clear? So let me get back to you. You are asked for the reference. Then I should search for it. And if I get, definitely I'll let you know.
Prabhuji, I have one question. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Santosh Kumar.
Prabhuji, first of all, my obeisance to you and all those who are associated with this particular initiatives. So because I keep telling to my team also that half knowledge is very dangerous. And, you know, and like what you have also talked about, the other religion, they have one God or one book and which they follow.
Yes.
But in our case, no, we don't know much about our scriptures because we have 18 Purans, 4 Vedas, and that is also very, we are very much confused, you know, and
Yes.
that is also one of the reasons we don't know whom to follow, what to follow, and how to do this. So somebody believe in Kriya Yoga, somebody believe in Bhakti and all. So first of all, thank you very much that you have started. So my one question, and that there is also one saying that there is a thing called half pregnancy. Either you are pregnant or you're not pregnant. So either you know or you don't know.
Yes.
And we don't know whom to approach, how to approach. And you also talked about that there has to be a spiritual leader, guru. So first of all, thank you for guiding us in this particular path. My question is, because in earlier class, I was unable to join that seriously, but I have taken about that. I'll be serious from now. My question is, why only 6 days this time? Because I know it is nothing will happen, because even 1 hour, how it passes, we don't know. Why only 6 classes this time?
So why first? You have so many questions now to be answered. The very first question: why 6 days? People are losing their patience. That is our lifestyle of today. 18 days I used to do this. This is 18 chapters, 18 days. But people are losing their patience. The first day, even in Kannada or English, Kannada English is very low strength. In Kannada, I used to get 500 members for the very first class. And day progresses, I could see the drastic decrease in it. They don't have the patience for 18 days. And by the day it comes to the 18th, it will be around 150, 200. Almost 300 have been left. So then I thought, okay, 6 days. Then afterwards, at least who are serious, who wants that they come, then I'll be able to convey the message to them. So who stay back, who take up. Anyway, you know that there's a chanting sessions. It's a day process. So we try to learn this. Then I thought, let me do this 18 days chapters weekly once, one. In that way also I can do it. So in that way I have reduced. This is 6. And this, don't need to worry, Prabhu. I'll be completing almost many things in this 5 days. Okay, 5 or 6 days. Now, another question. There's so many Puranas and so many Upanishads. It's all confusing. No? Definitely it is confusing. But it is complete, Prabhu. Why is it confusing? Because we are not following a spiritual master. When we don't follow a spiritual master, definitely it is confusing. Because we are not clear on what am I. Many things, Prabhu, many things. This question is not so easily answerable also, because there is Varnashrama system. So which Varna do I belong? And it's only a spiritual master who can recognize that, because there should be a Gurukula. When a child is being joined to a Gurukula from the birth or from 5 years, seeing the activities and the swabhava and gunas of that child, spiritual master, he recognizes his Varna and he gives the knowledge based on that. So for such kind, we need all the scriptures, all the Puranas, based on his, what I can say, qualities. The Guru explains to him, being a Kshatriya, you should be a Kshatriya. I cannot teach you how to be a Brahmana. Being a Vaishya, I should teach you how to be a Vaishya. I cannot make you a Kshatriya. Clear? But nowadays, what is happening? Our education system itself is not right. What can we do? There's so many drawbacks, so many things, so many ways we are wrong. So this 18 Puranas, you said it is confusing. It is not at all confusing. Yes, a person who takes everything, it's confusing, definitely. See, first you know what you have to eat. Taking a plate and dumping everything into it, you cannot taste anything. The sweet, this thing spicy, everything you're applying into one plate, isn't it? The same way, you should know what you wanted now, what taste likes you. Then you can take that item and definitely you can just relish it. You can enjoy with it. You cannot take the spice food and sweet and mix it, and why it is not tasty. It is always confusion. Always I have this taste. I don't have perfection. No, because it is my mistake. I cannot differentiate what is sweet and what is spice. This is my way. So when there is a spiritual master, he can guide you. So this 18 Puranas, this 18 Puranas also is divided into 3. One is in Tamoguna, 6 is in Tamoguna, 6 is in Rajoguna, 6 is in Satoguna. Personalities who have come up, this Krishna says, Bahunam Janmanam Jnanavan Mam Prapadyate. Many lifetimes you take to come to a ultimate path. That is Vasudeva Sarvamiti, the Supreme Lord. It is Vasudeva Sarvamiti. Sa Mahatma Sudurlabha. Is a great soul, Krishna says. It's very, scriptures are crystal clear. There's no confusions, no doubts, nothing in it. It's only because of our immaturity and because of our, what I can say, impatience, not having time, or not, immediately I want the answer. No, a first standard kid cannot understand the subject of a 10th standard. It's very clear. Sitting in a first standard, you cannot claim that I should understand the 10th standard syllabus or else it is wrong. Then I am a fool. I need the patience to be for 10 years to understand the subject of 10th standard. It's very clear. The same way in spirituality also we need that. That's why from yesterday, I was requesting each and everyone to chant. Many will be thinking, what is the use of it? Why should I chant? Many things. Forget everything. Because we don't have that knowledge, just accept what instructions you are getting. You just try to chant, then try to hear. Absolutely, I'm saying you'll be able to understand that. This is how the surrender. That's why Krishna says, Sarva Dharman Parityajya Mam Ekam Sharanam Rajam Tvam Sarva Papebhyo Mokshayishyami Ma Shucha. This is the only process. Till then, you don't take up this process, you can never understand any knowledge. Till then, you don't enter the water, you cannot learn swimming. You cannot claim that after learning swimming only I'll enter the water. Never in your lifetime you're going to learn swimming. It's very clear. Till then, you don't take up chanting, you may not be able to understand the scriptures. Till then, you don't accept a spiritual master, the confusions will never go within us. And who's a spiritual master? Many times I've said, not that everyone who comes in saffron dress or anything like having tilak or rudraksham, they cannot accept them. First quality of a spiritual master, that he should be a disciple to his spiritual master. That is it. If he is not a qualified disciple, he cannot be a spiritual master. What is requesting us to do, he should have been followed in his life. It's very clear. I hope you are able to understand this.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Yes, 100%.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you. Hare Krishna. So, any other questions? You can unmute directly. You can unmute. No need to raise the hand. Okay. No questions. Fine. Thank you. So, once again, I request everyone, at least from tomorrow, I need everyone to turn on the video so that I can see you. This bhava is very important, Bhava is very important. See, even words are not required. Even I can turn off my video and speak. What's the use? But you need that presence of mind. So you have to turn on the video and say, then only you can, the knowledge enters within you. Okay, at least from tomorrow, you can plan in that way. Keep your mobile in front, turn on the video and sit for this 1 hour. This 1 hour, just the 6 days is sufficient to change your life. You can see a drastic change, transformation within you. I'm not just saying, I'll assure you, you can take one paper, I can sign on that. Because this is the only process. You do this, definitely you'll see the results. Okay. Anyhow, thank you. Thank you so much for all the wonderful devotees for assembling here and attending today's session. So let us chant once Hare Krishna Mahamantra and wind up for today. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you to all. You can say once Hare Krishna and you can leave the meeting for today.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Vijayalakshmi.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare
Krishna, Prabhuji.
Santosh Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Jyoti Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare
Asha
Rama,
Devi, Hare
Rama
Krishna.
Rama, Hare.
Okay.
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram.
Krishna,
Hare
Pramod Prabhu, Hare Krishna, Chandrasekhar Prabhu, Hare Krishna, Manjunath Prabhu, Hare Krishna. So Hare Krishna to all. Prabhu, Chandrasekhar Prabhu, Hare Krishna. You can just end.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Hare Krishna Pramod Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna to all. Thank you all for joining the session. Tomorrow we'll learn more about Jiva. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yes.